update that had to apply. Killing was waiting on that. He is in the server now. Might need a little bit of time to let his ping settle, and then we should be getting ready to go here. Ready ups coming from Allstars. SAS 2 players are ready, and we are kicking this off. All right, here is your countdown. 3, 2, 1. Man, it's game time, baby. Connex 5 kicking off SAS versus Allstars. We're in the last week of the regular season, and one of the most anticipated matchups of the season with lots at stake here leading into the playoffs. This will decide #1 seeding going into that playoff. Potentially both teams will be getting a first round bye, but again, the rest of that path determined by how this matchup goes in large part. Allstars, of course, with another match to end the day later on. But this one absolutely critical if they want to try to overtake SAS in the #1 spot. SAS, of course, has been perfect on the season. An opportunity to lock up that #1 seed with just a few points in this matchup. They don't have to be perfect by any means. So the opening moments, keep in mind this is Allstars map pick in the European hub. So SAS with the home field advantage as far as server goes. Slay there with the flak ball up and over. It's a nice use of the... Ooh, McKilling answers back with a flak of his own, and Killing's got a little bit of armor. We'll go on board with him. This is a very balanced map as far as, I guess, weapon selection. We'll see some maps sometimes where something like shock or flak or sniper might be more or less commonly used. This map's got areas all over the place as far as size goes. You got some really tight close quarters area, especially around the armors. You got some wide open areas, especially around that amp area. You actually have the amp picked up right now. Off the top, you saw that that sort of wishing well, that water well kind of thing. So Fantasy's got it in his hands. Already an 8 frag lead for SAS. Nice snipe there through the window. Doesn't get the kill, but he's following him down, takes him out. Couple of big kills there for Allstars trying to push their way back into this one in the opening minutes. This is such a big map. It's actually really tricky. You have to direct your amp runner. It takes a while to get through the map. If the other team kind of knows where you are, they can definitely avoid your amp runner. So you saw a couple more kills there by SAS to answer back up to a 22-point lead. Well, keep an eye on this vest. It looks like SAS firmly in control. Wolverine with that 100 armor, he'll go on the hunt. Amp and belt are a little bit out of sync. It's entirely possible that someone might be able to take double damage, grab that damage amp, and then directly head over to shield belt. But we'll keep an eye on that. Looks like 100 armor is at the same time as amp, so you'll probably see split resources between those two. We're going to head straight over to amp right now just to get you set up for it. You can see it's on that kind of box by that wishing well. Oh, you see the fail drop from on top. There's a grab by Fantasy. This is a bit of a death trap, though. Oftentimes, the person who grabs the amp goes down immediately, ends up dropping it to an opponent or a teammate. Exactly what happened there. Frag him. He's had a nice start in this game with it in his hands, looking for some flak targets. Look at the ambush around the corner. Killing, just chasing him down with Link. A couple more ticks of damage will take him out. They actually look like Snatch ended up picking up that amp. We'll go on board with him. And we'll take a look at the scoreboard here. So early lead here by SAS, certainly plenty of time on the board, but this is what I was talking about. Whenever one team gets in control, both of these teams know how to front run, and both of them know how to reestablish themselves, but I don't know if they played specifically on this map. So it's a question, if you're Allstars, you know, what do you do? What adjustments do you make? Again, they have a few different lineups. So Fantasy, Fusion, Killing, Rookie. How many times has this particular lineup played together, right? How comfortable are they making those kinds of moves? Because you're going to have to change something up if you're Allstars at this point. SAS now, look at the armor differential. We've seen this before in their matches. 3-4 people with armor for SAS, nobody with armor for Allstars. Anytime you're going into a team fight with 2 to 3 times the health and armor, it's going to make a huge difference. Oh, big amp grab, but goes down immediately again. Killing grabs it, he goes down. Slay with it, he goes down. And just a fury of kills around that amp. Highly contested power-up. And I expect that to be the case pretty much all game between these two teams. Snatch. Oh, with another kill. Coming through with a killing spree with that amp. Huge push here by SAS. Really extending that lead. Trying to lock this one down. We're not even at the halfway point. They want to make sure they secure this first map win. Again, we're getting down to the nitty-gritty. I mean, you got 5 potential points in this matchup. SAS with a 2 total points lead on All-Stars in the standings for the league. So to make up those points, I mean, I think it would have to be a 4-1 win for All-Stars. I don't think they can tie. So all SAS has to do to secure that #1 seed, I believe, is take 2 points in this matchup. So in theory, they could have that locked up by the end of the 4v4, and then at that point, you're just playing for seeds and tiebreakers for All-Stars. But a strong opening round here by SAS. Not over yet by any means. 20 points can disappear in a hurry in 4v4, especially with almost 9 minutes to go. But certainly looking good early on. Rookie here finally has an amp in his hands. And Snatch with the double kill, the close range stinger. Like I said, it's kind of a balanced map. I mean, there's certain areas of the map where you can definitely run around with those hit scan weapons. You don't want to run around with Stinger up in, you know, the shield belt area, but making it work there, getting the double kill, taking back the amp, and again, 3 players on SAS with 50 or more armor, 0 for All-Stars. We'll take a look, and yeah, I mean, that bears it out, you know, 4 amps for All-Stars, but more time for SAS. They've been killing them as soon as they get that damage amp. They've split belts, but 11-2 vests, 9-2 50 armors. So All-Stars right now is contesting the amps and shield belts pretty effectively, but everything else is going to SAS. That plus 1,000 more damage on the board is really adding up to a big lead so far. This time Slay's got the belt in his hands. We'll go on board with him. The chase down. This is a map where it's so complex. Ooh, a nice use of the jump boots there, just with the ambush. You can see Slay definitely controlling those boots. Fantasy does grab the amp across the map. We'll go on board with him. All-Stars has had major trouble keeping the amp. They've actually picked it up every time it spawned and then immediately gone down. Fantasy now with amp and sniper rifle. Has time to make something happen. He's got a 50 in his hands. There's one big shot. Oh, can't switch weapons fast enough. Frag'em takes him out. And if you're Frag'em here, you don't really have to do anything too risky with this amp. He already neutralized it. Took some damage, though. Doesn't want to give up another kill. He does go down. Trades there. Amp's pretty much dead. Belt is actually up. And we did see Killing sneak in there and take that belt. And there's a killing spree for Killing, so still a 26-point lead. Big lead for SAS, but time on the board. And you figure if that 100 armor, and there's a killing spree by a Rookie as well, so SAS here trying to stay aggressive. You can see them chasing down Killing, trying to end his spree, but the mid-air headshot with the jump boots by Killing shuts them down. Still a big lead by SAS, but chipping away is All-Stars. Fantasy with the juice, with the flak, turning them into a fine red mist. And 100 armor now under control for All-Stars. This could be the opportunity they were looking for, trying to take control of those armors. Remember, how often have we looked at that left side player board and just seen 3-4 players for SAS with armor and 0 for All-Stars? Oh, that's starting to turn around and even out. Rookie's got an amp and armor. This could be the run that they need if they want to try to come back into this when they've cut it down to a 22-point lead. There's an opportunity. Amp rockets coming up close. The jump boot escaped by Frag'em. And the close range flag. This is a tough situation for Rookie. He's going to be on the run looking for that hit. He does get it. Clutch rocket shot. He might go down here, but at the very least, he's going to be able to trade with that. But unfortunately, all his teammates went down as well. And the follow-up by Snatch on top of that amp and the sniper shot immediately takes him down. So back to a 24 frag lead. Time is going to start being a factor here. SAS is scrambling a little bit. It's pretty much dead even as far as map control at the moment. This is where Allstars has to reestablish themselves. A couple kills could do it. 100 armor going to Wolverine, though. That's going to be huge. Every bit of armor that they can keep away from Allstars is just going to make it that much more difficult. Let's go check out this shield belt. This is going to be critical. You have Allstars all over it. SAS trying to give chase. You see them diving into that bunker area. They do go down. So a couple of players on Allstars grabbing armor. Wolverine still has that 100 armor. That vest will be popping in 5 more seconds, though. That could be another big item. You see everyone from Allstars pushing over to it. SAS going to give a little bit of challenge. You have Snatch down below, but he's pretty much alone. So now 2 players very stacked for Allstars. Wolverine behind trying to give chase. He takes a huge combo. Look at that. 3 players on Allstars with armor, 0 for SAS. Exact opposite of what we were seeing earlier in this match. Time is running out. Snatch does take that amp, and 3 players go down. SAS with a huge turnaround right there. Allstars was in position for amp. They had plenty of players with armor. They were ready to stage. Oh, and try to push across the map, and Snatch right now is just on fire, shutting Allstars down, and I think that might be the last opportunity they had. It is up to a 27-point lead again, and time is running out, and Snatch is shutting the door. Look at that, 45% sniper for Snatch right now, and really hitting some clutch shots, especially on that amp run. Take a quick look at the scoreboard. Snatch, pretty much what we felt, right? 30 kills, 18 deaths. Plenty of damage from his teammates. Wolverine actually least amount of kills, but most damage for SAS. We're pretty much used to seeing them have balanced score sheets like that. And actually, Allstars pretty much balanced themselves as well, killing with a good amount of damage. But it really kind of spread out across the board. So interesting to see those amps. 6-1 amp grabs off the spawn, but significantly more time for SAS. And control of that 100 armor vest area, I think, has been so huge. 15-7, right? So that's twice as many fights where SAS is going in with extra armor. Look at that, 3 players on SAS with armor to 1 on Allstars. It's hard to quantify that in stats, but we've been keeping an eye on that, and I feel like SAS is just constantly stacked. Allstars has struggled to control those smaller armors, though they have been contesting the major power-ups, so maybe one point that they can take away from this to try to focus on in the ensuing map. This was their map choice, but of course SAS's hub. This is in the European server, so after this one we will switch over to a North American server, and we will play SAS's map pick, which I believe will be Tempest. It's kind of been their standard, so very interesting to see what happens there. Keep me honest here, Twitch chat. If I'm not mistaken, I want to say when SAS played, was it Mesa? They actually gave them a pretty good fight in the early few minutes on Tempest. So, SAS, as solid as they are, and as much as they have been really favoring Tempest, being old school players, I mean, they're very comfortable on it. They haven't looked entirely invincible by any means. Snatch with a double kill off camera. This man is just on fire right now. Maybe we should just close it out with him. The way he's been playing, just taking over this match. 37 points. 94 seconds of amp time. So Snatch alone has had more amp time than the entire Allstars roster combined. It gives you any indication of the power-up control. See another grab by Allstars, but often it has been the case. Whoever grabs the amp doesn't necessarily keep it for very long. You almost want to send someone to grab it and then pass it to a teammate. You just almost anticipate them dying. It's like a flag. It's like a flag runner. So meanwhile, we are pushed up to a 40 frag lead. SAS running away with this one in the second half. We definitely had a comeback stage. We saw that moment where Allstars was able to turn around map control, had some armor advantages, was in position for that amp run, and it just got shut down by SAS, and I think that was the last opportunity they had. Snatch went nuts with that amp, and that was all it took.
30 seconds left.
So 30 seconds to go. We'll close this one out, give you a look at the scoreboard. But that's 1 point on the board for SAS, and that's a big win for them. Again, I by my math, they only have to put 2 points on the board this match to lock up the #1 seed going into the playoffs. Allstars still has a chance here. They don't have any room for error, but they'll be moving to their hub. And then, of course, we'll have 2v2 and duels afterwards. And remember, if nothing else, Allstars still has to worry about locking up second place finish in this season, because they do have that match with Mesa to finish today off. So 10 potential points on the board today. 1 goes down to SAS. Still 9 potential points for Allstars to lock up today. So we'll go take a quick look at the standings while they're switching servers. Head on over to the New York City hub. But there are your standings. And again, I mean, we talked about Saints and Sinners. Yeah, they can lock things up with a couple more points on the board. But Allstars has to keep in mind, again, with 2 more matches to go and Mesa playing down below, I mean, lots of shuffling could have. I think if Allstars gets... Actually, I think Allstars, have they already locked up the #2 seed? That might be the case. So this might be a fight for #1 seed. Because Mesa Gaming, if they take 5 from Allstars, they're still only going to end up with 27 points. Mesa, though, a lot to play for in that last match. LATAM coming through. I mean, LATAM could put 22 points on the board by the end of this and end up tied with Mesa. That would be an interesting scenario. I don't know what the tiebreaker would be there. Shooksters themselves trying to climb the rankings. I mean, there's still a lot going on here. All right, looking for that hub to go up. Players are in New York City. Looks like there it is, and we are on Tempest. Again, not surprising. All right, so DM Tempest, one of the original Unreal Tournament maps, was actually part of the UT99 or original Unreal Tournament, whatever you want to call it, demo. So old school players gonna be very familiar with this map. And there we go, 8 players in the server. So this is a map we've seen SAS play pretty much constantly. Oh, I see. They've got someone in spec. All right, so they've got the spectator closed out. So, like I say, SAS, this has been a very constant map pick for them. Very consistent for them. So obviously, we kind of know what we're going to see from them. This spirally kind of shield belt room, we're definitely going to see. We're definitely going to see Wolverine probably holding that map. We'll definitely see Slay largely in control of that 100 armor vest. That'll be his responsibility. Pretty much standard there. Snatch and Fragim might be rotating around a little bit, kind of just depending on what Allstars gives them. I'm very curious to see how Allstars responds. That's the thing with SAS on this map. Their strategy isn't really a secret. So it's all a matter of how do they counter it. We'll find out right now. All right, here is your countdown. 3, 2, 1. Man, it's game time, baby. Connex 5, bringing you map 2 between these two. Ooh, there's goo coming out. Both players going down. Big fight in the early moments. Dual Enforcer's coming out. Now remember, you can't throw Enforcer in this game, so you got to pick them up off the spawn. And look at this. Big lead early on. 8-2 by Allstars, really trying to assert themselves. But of course, anything can happen as soon as these power-ups start spawning. One thing to keep in mind, Amp up top will be very difficult to get hold of if you don't control those boots. So let's head over to this first shield belt. Look at that SAS storming back, getting the shield belt under control. 2 players all around it. They do take it. Only 7 HP for Wolverine to back that up, though, so not a super healthy grab. We'll go on board with him, though, see what he decides to do with it. He's still got 20 seconds until that amp spawns. So Amp is up right now. We'll see if anybody has jump boots. Looks like Fusion has boots. If he can get up there, this could be a huge grab. Oh, Fusion goes down. Amp drops. Who's got it in his hands? Fantasy has it. Fantasy with a double kill with the dual enforcers. Amp dual enforcer. Remember, that's 44 damage a shot. Only 2 HP. He is set to do damage. They're going to try to take over this belt room. It's up in 12 seconds. And Allstars this time, roaming around the map, just knocking everyone down. These teams have basically just traded runs across the map, wiping everyone out. So Allstars started off with a big run. SAS came right back. And then there's Allstars' chance again, pushing through the map, taking the lead right back, 15-11. We do have a little bit of time till power up spawn. We'll give you an idea of what it looks like early on. Ooh, that link gun chasing him down by Shock. You can see Fantasy. We were sticking with him, but it actually looks like we want to keep an eye. All 3 power-ups spawning. Got 100 armor vest, shield belt, and amp popping. Let's go take a look at that shield belt. Right around the corner there, you can see Fusion and Demon giving chase. Frag him up top. He had jump boots, so he was able to take the back door, Snatch off screen, getting a double kill, tying it back up, and another lead and another kill. Snatch looks like he just got 3 or 4 kills in a row with that flat cannon. Again, was on fire in map 1. Still on fire now. Wolverine has armor and amp in his hands, and this could be a big moment for SAS to try to extend this lead and run away with it. We saw them take a lead in map 1 and never give it up. A bit more back and forth this time. There's another kill up by 4. Just running as a group right now. Everybody with armor. Snatch, of course, on a killing spree. Frag him. You can see him getting totally stacked up off screen. Belts up in 5 seconds. And Wolverine, and it's not surprising. We've seen games where Wolverine gets every single belt. I mean, where the opponents don't touch a single one. So Fantasy already grabbed one. Already seeing a bit of a challenge by Allstars, but a little bit late to the party there. You saw the fadeaway sniper shot doing some damage. Allstars has slowed this down, so SAS took that big lead for a second, and then Allstars, you can see them all giving chase. Wolverine backed into a corner. He's running away. They're completely taking over that belt room. There's still 35 seconds till it spawns, but you can see they just wanted to chase them down, corral them, and take them out, but Slay, coming from that vest room, knocks them down with those rockets. There's the headshot coming around the corner by Wolverine, and that'll give him an amp as well because he killed him. Fusion has had boots in his hand and has yet to really have a chance to utilize him to get that amp under control. That was a big kill there, though he will go down. A couple of quick kills there, finishing things off. So Belt up in 7 seconds. You got Fantasy up top. Demon's got Amp coming around the corner. We'll see what he can do to get in position. Looks like he's kind of stuck down low. Fantasy does grab that belt. So what we're seeing is a lot better organization by Allstars in the, I don't know, kind of second, third, if you will, of this match, past the 10-minute mark. And just like that, it's a tie game. Allstars answered the bell, came back. Remember, we saw them slow it down, right? SAS turned it around, jumped up to like a 5-6 frag lead. And then for like a minute, they didn't get another kill. Allstars really slowed it down. It was very like quiet as they regrouped. They were able to keep them at bay. And that could be something that you look back at as a mistake by SAS, perhaps, not turning it on and being extra aggressive when they had Allstars on their heels. Now Allstars in the lead, up by 6. How quick of a turnaround was that? In about a minute, and there's a quick killing spree by Rookie. He's going nuts now. We do have the shield belt going to be contested again. Rookie in the corner, and SAS going to have to be in the unfamiliar position of trying to fight their way into this belt room. They usually have pretty solid control. There's rockets coming out, the aggression there to push them off, but they're all surrounding it. Rookie's got flat cannon and 150 armor. He's got 1 kill. There's the amp in his hands, doing exactly what Wolverine did a few minutes ago. Up to a 10 frag lead now, and Allstars starting to turn it on. There's a nice tracking shot there by Rookie with that sniper rifle, just looking for targets now. This is a relatively big map. Oh, but there's people all over mid. He can get a link gun out. He might be able to get some quick kills there. The 100 damage on frag him. 3 SAS members are backed into that 100 armor room. That could just be a trap. Completely surrounded. Wolverine does manage to take out Rookie. He'll have a couple of seconds of amp, but he goes down. And the last couple minutes have been massive for Allstars. Remember, still fighting for a chance at that #1 seed. Belt is up right now. Be very curious now with the chaos that's been going on. SAS actually coming in late to it. 3 players jumping in, but late. Fusion was able to grab it, gets away. They actually may chase him down here, but you're seeing SAS on their heels just a bit, not able to do their usual route running, the usual organization that they use on this map. 100 armor is going to be a big point of contention. People getting in position for this amp, but nobody has jump boots right now, so wouldn't be surprised to see some people fighting over boots first. We do have 100 armor spawning in 7 seconds. Big fight over that. And nobody in position for the 100 armor, so there's so much attention being paid right now to those jump boots that'll give access to that amp. See them spawning right now. Damage amp is up right now, but you can see it in the top of that rafter. Nobody can get to it unless they want to self-damage and piston up there. Jump boots coming in now. Rookie actually grabbed him. Does he know that amp is coming up? They're looking for the armors. You have actually amp spawning right now, so a bit of chaos right now. I think Allstars maybe lost track of the power-ups. Shield belt is up. They're fighting their way over to it. Demon trying to get up top. Rockets take him out. Fantasy takes down Frag him with the belt, or with the pistol rather. He'll have access to the belt. And finally, someone grabs the amp at that Snatch, and that's going to be a good opportunity here for SAS. Snatch has been their hottest player today. Trying to fight their way back into this when you see Demon there just crouching behind the corner, trying to just waste time on that amp. Oh, he spawns right in front of it. There's 2 frags down in Fusion with the ambush from behind. A couple of quick kills by Allstars to answer right back. And you can see now trying to hold that belt room at all costs. Basically trying to turn SAS's strategy around on them. And now what does SAS have as an alternate strategy? We've seen them so many times in the season force teams to go to plan B. What is their plan B? And are they used to even having to implement it? I mean, when's the last time they got knocked off of their preferred routes and their preferred positioning? Nice patient shooting there by Fusion, just sitting up top, back and forth. You can see them in position for that belt. We'll back up. Oh, and the headshot. Right as I back up on the killing spree, taking out Snatch, clearing out belt room, and that should be his. So Fusion with some armor. We do have a little bit of time. We'll take a look at the scoreboard. More damage for Allstars. Still 11 to 6 100 armor vest for SAS. But 6 to 3 belts and a little bit more amp time for Allstars. So still having trouble getting any kind of control of that vest area. You see them in position for it now. Snatch jumping in with that flat cannon, getting a double kill. It's the second time we've seen him do that. Oh, but he can't get the 100 armor in time. Fusion answers back with a double kill of his own and gets the 100 armor himself. They're going to bring that over. We do have damage amp up. Who has jump boots? Who has been keeping timing of that amp? We've got belt up in 15. We'll take a quick peek over at amp to see if anyone's in position for it. We're definitely seeing people fighting. Jump boots went down. This could be SAS's opportunity to dive in there. Wolverine will have amp sniper rifle, but no armor. Shield belt is up in 3 seconds. They're going to go for that 100 instead. So a bit of a safe play here by SAS. They could have taken that amp over to the belt room. Instead, they're going to kind of concede it. Actually, belt is still up. Looks like they may have been fighting over it. Does get taken by Allstars. 2 of them in there and 2 big shots with that amp by Wolf. Still only a 9 frag lead. There's a huge combo lined up and he doesn't combo it. Gets 1 kill with that shot, but down to 14 HP. So not a lot happening with that amp. They did neutralize that shield belt in a big combo though. Nice communication from his teammates to let him know where he was. Down to a 6 frag lead in Allstars right now. Kind of respawning, regrouping. Knocked on their heels themselves a little bit. So Slay right now on the run. You can see him. Typically, that 100 armor vest is his responsibility. We've got it spawning soon. SAS with a couple of players around it. So, looks like Fantasy with 150. One thing you'll notice, again, kind of taking a peek on that left side, armor is going to be pretty split between these 2 teams. You're not seeing one side dominate it like we saw in map 1, where every team fight, it seemed like SAS went in with the armor advantage. Amp is up. Again, kind of an awkward position on this map for Amp. Either team's going to have an opportunity to fight over it. We're seeing Fantasy in position down there. Don't see if anyone has jump boots. You see Demon now with the killing spree. Demon, who sat out map 1, coming in. Coming up big. He does go down. No jump boots in position. Still nobody able to grab that amp. It is just wasting away up there. Meanwhile, a 9 frag lead. So we're going to head over to this shield belt. It looks like this might be the next power-up that anyone actually has access to. SAS is taking control of that room and control of that belt. That's a big grab. We'll see what Wolverine can do with it. He's used to having that in his hands on this map. Oh, had a big combo lined up and couldn't complete it. Had an opportunity maybe even for a double kill. Can't make it land. He's going to be on the run now, looking to sneak in behind players. And you just saw a couple more frags by SAS. SAS now asserting control back in this map. This could be an opportunity for a comeback. A couple more kills off screen. This amp is still languishing. Nobody has grabbed this amp. It's almost been a full cycle. We do see Rookie up top now. And this would be the next to last amp run of the game, and he eats 3 rockets. That could be a huge kill. If SAS can go on a run with this amp, they can close the gap. It's down to a 4 frag lead. Wolverine has amp in mid. Only 7 HP though, but he's looking for targets. Down to a 3 frag lead. Under 2 minutes to go. This could go either way. Shield belt spawns in 10 seconds. I don't know if Allstars even has control of that amp, or control of that belt rather. Amp's going up top with Wolverine. He's got a free grab of it. Raining down, double damage Link on them. And they take him out right before he grabs it. Huge kill there by Allstars. Snatch is up there though, but he grabs it, eats some rockets, gets the kill, and it's a tie game, and Snatch shoots his way right back into this one. He's been on fire so far today. And SAS now takes the lead with a minute to go. 1 frag lead. We've got no pickups really spawning for about 20 seconds. We're dead even. You will have one more amp run, but remember, it's up top there. You see all the finisher weapons coming out, and now a quick lead taken by Allstars, up by 2 with a minute to go. Anything can happen here. 100 armor spawns in 3 seconds. We'll head over to it. I don't even know if teams have timing of it. Right now, it's a mad scramble. Snatch ends up with it. Of course, they're probably going to drop him a weapon. There he goes, flat cannon in hand. Snatch with an opportunity. Amp comes up in 10 seconds. That could be huge if someone can get control of it. Jump boots were taken. Not sure who has them. We're on board with Snatch. He's looking for that amp. Amp is up. And he's going to have an opportunity, but he misses it. I think he was trying to piston up maybe. Oh, Amp is just sitting up top again. And this time, Rookie has a chance to grab it again. And Rookie with that amp with a 9 frag lead. Look at how they extended that lead. That could be the game right there, as long as they can just stay away from that amp. If SAS picks it up, I think they're going to be out of time. And with 3 seconds to go, it looks like All-Star is going to hang on. One of the most back and forth TDM games we've seen so far this season. Take a look at the scoreboard. A little bit more amp time actually in the end for SAS, but 9-5 belts. I don't think we've ever seen SAS lose control of the belt on this map. I believe they've had the advantage pretty much every time. So huge win there for All-Stars to put a point on the board. We've got 3 potential points left in this matchup. And I believe All-Stars will need all of those to have a chance to end up in the #1 seed. I think they have to be perfect. If my math is correct, SAS, with any more points in this matchup, will lock down that first spot in the playoffs. All right, so we're going to be moving back over to the London hub, again, back to the European server for the 2v2 portion of this matchup. This will be best of 3 for another point. Yeah, well over 100 viewers. And again, this is one of the most hotly anticipated matchups of the season. I mean, it's the previous 2 season winners playing against each other. So really not surprising to see people super interested in this one. And what a map we just saw between the two.
Hail to the king, baby.
So we're going to start off the 2v2 in the European hub. Again, 4v4 maps split between the two. Seeing All-Stars take down SAS on Tempest. Granted, it was in the North American hub, but huge game there. SAS came back to actually take the lead. They had, I think it was 199 with like a minute and a half to go. And All-Stars just turned it on. They ended up winning by double digits, if I'm not mistaken. That was a huge finish to that map. There's almost, I mean, there was too much to really watch, honestly. It was almost one where you got to go back. You almost need to watch the live replay to really ingest everything that happened. But needless to say, knocking SAS off of the shield belt room, getting them out of their rotations. They still didn't knock them off that 100 armor much. SAS definitely controlled that power up. Relatively even split of the amps, but a couple of big amp runs for either side. Just a huge game there. That said, All-Stars still no room for error. And 2v2 kicking off now. All right, here is your countdown. 3, 2, 1. And it's game time, baby. Connex 5 bringing you the 2v2 portion of this matchup now. SAS versus All-Stars. Then back and forth in the 4v4. Remember, this is the 2 top teams looking for that #1 seed going into next weekend's playoffs. Killing here with some ping spikery. I think he might be playing, I don't think he's at home. I think he might be in a remote location with some iffy connection issues. Unfortunately, rearing their heads early. They do have a 4 frag lead to start it off though, so fighting through it. Oh, Demon gets surprised. Wolf just slides right in front of him and feeds him a rocket. Didn't even see him. And again, we should mention, you know, the roster of All-Stars is pretty deep. There's a lot of decisions that they make, deciding who's going to play 2v2, who's going to play duel. Any player can only play in 2 game types of the 3 available in these matchups. Keep that in mind. Oh, and a nice steal. Demon diving in there, gets the kill, gets the shield belt, and more importantly, maintains that lead. Obviously super early on in this one, but already back and forth. So first amp, almost uncontested, kind of interesting there. It's a dead even game, but Demon was able to grab that power up. Nobody from SES in his face. Ooh, does a little bit of team damage, but turns around on Wolverine. That amp link is so hard to escape on this map. Oh, he actually finally does get the kill on killing. So an even trade there. They are in position though to try to knock them off of that belt if he takes it over there. Actually, Wolverine doing a great job of maneuvering around him, taking him out in midair. And that belt may go to Wolf, and it does. Nice play there by Wolverine. Diving around in midair, taking him out with that flak, and earning himself that power up, back to a tie game rather. Bouncing him around. It's so hard to avoid the splash damage on this map. There's just curved surfaces and walls all over the place, it seems. So a little bit of a lull here. Both teams kind of regrouping. Oh, and there's the ambush. And this is so critical whenever you play 2v2 on these small duel maps. The communication. You can sneak up on opponents so quickly and flank and assist teammates and things like that. It's hard to really illustrate just visually by watching on stream, but I guarantee you, plays like that happen because of great communication. Oh, the double flak ball. Wolf right now feeling very comfortable with that flak on this map. Snatch grabs Amp. He's a little bit low on HP. He's got to be careful. Wolf is right by him. He might be ready to drop that for his teammates. So if he does go down, Wolf will be there to pick it up. Wolf, of course, with 100 armor. Oh, but never mind. Snatch still on fire. Shot after shot raining down. Snatch has just been a madman these last two games. Between the 4v4 and then now carrying that over into the 2v2. Wolverine's going to have a few more seconds of Amp. Nobody to really utilize it on. 5 seconds till that 100 armor spawns. We'll see what happens with it. Right now, Allstars lost that early lead and now finding themselves in a pretty big deficit. Ooh, big fight over the shield belt there. Snatch gets taken down. Oh, and Wolverine with the patient. You saw him line up that shot. The patient sniper aim, just waiting for him to dive in front of him. They do end up with a trade though, and Allstars ends up with the belt. So this could be an opportunity. We'll go on board with Killing, who's ping again. Very inconsistent, but it looks like it's playable to him for the moment. Once you get up above 130, 140, it gets really iffy, and he's also had some spikes. A bit unfortunate, but he's making the best he can of it. Amp up. Amp gets taken by Wolf. Looking to take him out from a distance. Pretty good positioning here by Allstars, though. Try to ambush him. Oh, but he gets that kill. And the double kill with the Amp sniper. And that's going to be 11 frag lead. About a third of the way into this one. And another one. Wolverine right now getting just as hot as Snatch is. And the Rampage, of course, he's had a lot of armor under his belt. There's another belt. You can see pretty even on the belts. 6-3 the vest. It seems like every TDM game that SAS has, they just dominate the 100 armor vest. Even when they have to contest the belt, when it gets split, even when the amps are split back and forth, those 100 armors are always in their control. It was so interesting to see on Tempest. Even when they lost, they ended up still maintaining control of that 100 armor vest. So they always have armor at their disposal. Look at that. This next team fight, SAS is basically going to have double the health and armor of Allstars, and so it just makes such a big difference. Gives you more room for error. So we're sticking with Wolverine because of the armor there. Let's actually back up a little bit. You see him grab that 100. You have Belt and Amp spawning at the same time now. So this is an interesting opportunity for All-Stars. If they want to split up, they can try to grab at least one of the power-ups. Big flak ball to Wolverine. He goes down. Killing gets the double kill. They might be able to grab both. Demon's got the Amp. Only 15 HP. He's taking it straight over to that Belt. Looks like Snatch may have grabbed it and gotten the kill on Killing. Amp still in Demon's hands, looking for health and now looking for targets. He doesn't want to go head-to-head and get taken out, but he wants to try to get some amount of usefulness out of that power-up. It's a smart play not diving down blindly into that health. Does get 90 damage on Snatch. That'll be helpful. Snatch down to 4 HP. If he can catch up to him, he'll be able to take him out. Ooh, Wolverine, though, baiting him around while Snatch goes for health, but nice shot there by Demon to take him out. We do have 100 spawning in 10 seconds. Killing and Demon both extremely low, and they can't afford to trade. They're going to have to find a way to get into the rhythm of getting kills and then healing and then getting more kills and getting more healing. You almost have to play 2v2 like it's a duel in these small maps like that. If you trade back and forth, especially when you're down 17, make it 18. Not going to do you any good. We do have Belt spawning right now. SAS all over it. And kind of running away with this one. We're at the halfway point. Again, though, 2v2 will be best of 3. So 4v4 maps will each worth 1 point. They split those. 2v2 is all or nothing. Best of 3 maps will get you 1 point on the board. And again, feel free to double check my math, but I believe SAS only needs 1 more point to lock up that #1 seed. Oh, kills coming all over the place. Everyone going down. Killing ends up scooping up that Amp. Trying to get in position. He goes down by Wolverine's combo. And Wolf with another kill to follow that one up. And a third Wolf right now down to 14 HP, but able to scoop up the Amp and get 3 kills on the board. And another one. Wolf was super weak there, but able to make the most of it. And SAS right now really turning it on, trying to lock up this map as quickly as possible. Give you a quick look at the scoreboard. About 600 more damage for SAS. You see more Amp grabs, but more to the point, longer time with the Amp and 6-2 belts, and of course 10-5 100 armor vests. Like I was saying, SAS just always seems to have the 100 armor on lockdown no matter what the map and what the situation. Killing spree for Wolverine. Again, he's having a crazy efficient game. I mean, as hot as Snatch has been so far today, Wolf right here turning it on with his power up control, coming into every fight with an advantage. You get a couple of kills there for All-Stars. So both armors going to All-Stars and the Amp. This could be the opportunity that they have been waiting for. If they want any chance of coming back in this one, they have to turn it on right now, and they can't let up. They have everything under their control. There's 1 kill. You almost can't miss a shot. Killing with a couple in a row, turning it to 23 frag lead. Still time on the board. Remember, this is a duel map. Very small. You can crank out points in a hurry. Killing, though, struggling with some connection issues. You can see him just skipping around the map. That's not the stream. That's Killing's internet right now. Again, I don't think he's playing from home. I think he's playing on like some more iffy internet. So aside from playing from halfway across the world, having some occasional ping issues on top of it. Doing the best he can, though. Back to a 21 frag lead, so it's still doable here. If All-Stars can maintain control of all of those pickups, they completely swept through the map. They took Belt, they took 100 armor, and they took Amp. If they can maintain that control, Belt spawns right now, it's theirs. They have time to whittle this lead down. They don't necessarily have to make one big push, but they have to stay aggressive. Saw Snatch able to pick up some armor, and that's the only reason he's still alive right now. Killing does finish him off. Down to 20 points now. Ooh, there's some friendly fire with that link gun and a big flak by Demon. And he followed up with another kill here. Right now they're doing a great job. They're getting into a rhythm of singling out SAS, taking them out one at a time. They have to keep track of the power-ups. Amp spawns right now. Sometimes you have to make those decisions. I think he wants the kills here. He's got 2 weak players. There's one. There's the other. Amp is up right now. And it's only an 18 frag lead with 4 minutes to go. That last minute was huge for Allstars. They have to maintain that momentum and control, though. Ooh, Amp Runner goes down. Demon's extremely weak. He goes down. So both Allstars players down. Snatch is going to have a little bit of time with his Amp to try to take some of those frags back. There's one. Oh, and taking control of that belt. That was critical right there. That could be the pickup that really determines how the rest of this map goes, because there was a bit of momentum there on All-Star's side. And now both armors go into Snatch. And that may be the last opportunity. Out the door, I think we're going to see SAS taking map 1. So take a quick look at this one. So SAS running away with it again, looking at the power-up control. Armor's completely under their control. Amp actually got challenged pretty well by Allstars, and we saw what happens whenever they were able to sweep through the map and actually soak up all those power-ups whenever they both had armor going into a fight. The difference that made, unfortunately, just not in that position enough. Demon with another belt, but going to be a little late on that one. Killing will have an opportunity for an Amp run. Actually, may have passed that to Demon. We'll go on board with Demon. Demon firing some Link. This is such a great map for ambushes. You see him chasing down with Link. So hard to get away from, but oh, the flak balls. So easy to ambush with flak as well. Oh, the mid-air rocket by Snatch. I was just gonna say, it's been a while since Snatch has done anything spectacular. Only shooting, you know, like a human being this game. So he's just gonna give us a mid-air rocket, just to close the game out on a stylish note. And there is the spree, of course, to, again, kind of close it out with a little bit of momentum. Again, though, this is best of 3. I mean, we're kind of watching the last couple of minutes of this takedown, but 2v2 is a best of 3 situation. We will likely be switching servers back to a North American hub. We saw what happened in 4v4. Each team won the game on the opponent's maps, but on their home server. Of course, this being best of 3, tiebreaker will be a little bit different, but we'll see what happens in map 2. If Demon and Killing can come back. Likely going to see a familiar map pick in the 2v2 for SAS. But you'll have to just stick around. We've got 15 seconds left in this one. We'll close it out for you and bring you map 2 very shortly. All right, so map 1 in this 2v2 goes firmly to SAS. We saw some moments from Allstars trying to fight their way back in. Killing, though, again, having some connection issues, and especially playing in that London hub, going to cause extra problems. But we will see them, I believe, on the New York hub next. Anything can happen there to try to force a tiebreaker map 3. All right, looks like DM Focus is the map. Again, very familiar, not at all surprising. This is much like Tempest has been the 4v4 map of choice for SAS. This has been their 2v2 map of choice.
Hail to the king, baby.
So what we saw in 4v4, each team won the opponent's map pick on their own home server. So far, map 1, we were on solo in the 2v2 here. SAS took map 1. We're coming to the North American hub, though. You can actually see a change in roster now. Rookie and Demon playing map 2 here. See if that makes a difference. They're also, of course, going to be playing on their home server. Of course, this will be SAS's map pick, so see what happens here, if they can force a map 3 and try to stay alive in this one. Remember, Allstars needs all the points remaining in this matchup and still would need to go perfect against Mesa to close our day out in order to lock up that #1 seed going into the playoffs. There's still a lot left to play for them. SAS can lock up first place. They've been perfect on the season until that last 4v4 map. That's the first point they've dropped all season long. All right, we got map 2 coming to you live right now. Here is your countdown. 3, 2, 1. And it's game time, baby. Connex 5 bringing you map 2 between SAS and Allstars. Map 1 went SAS's favor. We are on a different server. We're on Allstars home hub with a slightly different lineup here. Killing having some connection issues. Ooh, giving up his spot. Snatch with another air rocket, picking up right where he left off in map 1. And just like that, a flurry of kills. Already 5 points on the board between these two teams. So early 100 armor going to Allstars, that could be important. Remember, even in the 4v4, it just seems like SAS, whenever they control that 100 armor pickup, they do well. Wolverine with a nice combo down there, clearing out that shield belt room. To back up a little bit, Rookie goes down. You can't get caught running into this room one at a time. It's almost like a capture the flag base. You can get in there and you can really defend it and zone people out of it. 100 armor spawns right now. I expect to see Demon pick it up. There he goes. So a trade on the armors there. They'll be relatively in sync on those next spawns, though. With a rocket by Snatch, whiffs there. He had 2 targets. Couldn't make it happen. He'll be pushed away a little bit. Now that amp will be spawning. Remember, it does spawn up top. You have Rookie in position with those jump boots. Rookie with amp. This could be dangerous. Oh, and he gets ambushed from behind. Snatch misses the flak, and he gets the turnaround snipe. Instigate with that double damage sniper rifle. Big shot on Wolverine. Wolf just going to hide for a moment. Still 10 seconds left on this amp. There's another big shot. Taking out Snatch, tying it up, and clearing them out of the shield belt room. So right now, it looks like they may have to settle for that 100 armor. I think SAS has been pushed out of belt. That's a big sequence right there by Allstars. 100 armor still not up yet. I think they maybe thought that they were on the same timing. So it does go to SAS, but Allstars could have contested that a little bit harder. Instead, they back up. They do a great job of singling them players out, getting the kill. Oh, but then Demon jumps right into a 2v1. That was maybe a little bit of a miscommunication. Rookie went around through amp. He went forward by himself. These two teams are playing so carefully right now. Nobody wanting to give up that early lead. Big push here by Rookie. Knows he had that armor advantage. Able to push through. Has to be careful. Doesn't want to flak himself in the face here. Nice use of the jump boots there, but just barely going to be able to escape. They will give up another 100 armor, it looks like, and try to get in position. Nice, smart play, picking up the shock ammo there. Able to defend himself with that. 3 seconds till the belt spawns. Looks like we're going to have a flank here by SAS, diving in on him at the same time, taking him out. And that was a big sequence. SAS now up by 3. And pretty much every power-up under their control. Amp up in Snatch's hand. Still has 150 armor. This could be a big point in the match if SAS can go on a big amp run here. Try to build an insurmountable lead. Shoots his teammate. I think we're doing 50% friendly fire if I'm not mistaken. So not devastating, but a good amount of damage on Wolverine from that. Wolf, though, able to stand in there, secures that killing spree. More damage from this amp run. And up to an 8 frag lead. That was a big, big run there. Not necessarily just with the amp, but just swooping through the map. Taking out Allstars. And really establishing control. So now this is going to be on Allstars now. What can Allstars do? Rookie able to secure that shield belt. That's a good start. Demon and Snatch dueling on the side, both weak. Wolverine's actually pretty weak himself. If Rookie can find some targets, there's 1 kill. Pulls back within 7. Amp's not up for 30 more seconds. He has plenty of time to slide over to this 100 armor and try to secure it. Boots go to Demon. He can drop those if they want to give the amp to Rookie next time. He may do just that. Yep, he drops those boots. Gives Rookie an opportunity now to fight over this amp area. He's going to have 2 SAS players attacking him. Nice combo to push him away a little bit for Wolverine. Stands in there with the rockets, and the combo comes in from Snatch. Taking him out. Big fight over this amp area. All 4 players are in there mixing it up. It comes up. Are there any jump boots left, though? It doesn't look like it. Oh, no, there's the jump boot. Snatch finds him. Okay, so they did fall on the ground. Snatch will have amp and the sniper rifle. They do give up belt, so interesting play there. SAS deciding to go through the 100 armor. Don't even challenge belt. I don't know if they didn't have timing on it or what. But in what could have been a big power play there. Remember, SAS had amp and 100 armor. They had complete control of the map. They even had jump boots left to get positioning. Gives up the belt. Oh, and he goes down in mid. Big ambush there by Allstars. That was a huge play in what was a really dangerous situation. Again, made possible by control over that shield belt. So still a 10 frag lead, make it 9, but that play right there, giving up that belt, could loom large if Allstars is able to fight their way back into this one. Catching Wolverine, looking the other way. There's a big kill. Rookie's aim right now is really solidifying. I don't know if he's warming up or just playing better. That 40% shot, pretty solid aim. And that's huge on a map like this. It's not the most wide open map. There's a lot of mid-level or mid-range fighting. There's a lot of angles that you can shoot down. Little hallways and such. Nice combo around the corner. Takes one out. Wolverine does steal that belt, but Snatch is going to be left in a corner by himself. Rookie goes on a spree, taking him out. Getting what they can out of it. 100 armor is still up, and unfortunately for Allstars, SAS knew that. So 150 armor and 100 armor for SAS. It's going to be a huge advantage, but it disappears instantly. Snatch takes huge damage. Amp is up. We're going to head over to it. Didn't see. Yep, there's some boots for Wolverine. He'll be in position. He takes damage. So a nice job by Allstars actually eating into that armor lead that SAS had built like that. So it's still a 4 frag lead, but it got cut in half over the past couple minutes, down to a 3 frag lead. So despite giving up the power-ups, Allstars has actually done a great job in the last couple minutes of fighting without map control. Snatch puts it back up to 4 frags, but this is pretty dead even as far as map control at this point. 5 seconds till this belt spawns. This could be a big one. Down to a 3 frag lead, and they take out Snatch with amp. Huge plays here by Allstars. Able to single out SAS players even when they have extra armor, even when they had amp. Get the kill, and now they've got a little bit of armor themselves. They do need to stack back up on health, though. You can see 125 for Snatch. Grabs that 100 armor. Demon gets the kill, but Snatch coming in from behind. Oh, and both players going down. Nice answer by SAS, taking the lead right back. Only a 2 frag lead. We're at the halfway point of this one, and we are back pretty much dead even. 100 armor spawns in 10 seconds, and you got belt and amp at the same time. We'll see who can snag those. Ooh, big shot there by Rookie, dropping down. It was kind of a dangerous angle to peek in. You have belt up in 5 seconds, amp up right now. Ooh, Rookie actually gets a team kill, and he's going to give up the kill in front of belt. This could be a big opportunity now. You see SAS trying to distribute that armor, waiting for Snatch to come around. They have jump boots as well. If they can get to the amp first, this could be a big, big turning point in the match. Demon actually grabs amp first. That was a big grab if he can keep it away from them. At least do some damage and fight them off. He's stuck in a corner. One shot could be big. Snatch takes him out though. So every power-up in SAS's control right now, up to a 6 frag lead. This last 30 seconds were massive. And you can see them back up by 7. This was a tie game something like a minute ago. And there's the killing spree now by Snatch coming up big right when they needed him. And another amp sniper shot doing tons of damage. Finally goes down. But the damage is done. 8 frag lead going into the last 6 minutes. You just saw a double kill with Enforcer by Rookie. I gotta be honest, I'm just like, I don't even know what to expect to happen next in this game. You see, Rookie, I think, was able to steal that belt and get away, looking for some armor, looking for a weapon, anything he can get. Running just towards his teammate, looking for Link Gun. He goes down, Wolverine with the chase down. Still an 8 frag lead, but it feels like this could still go either way. Oh, Rookie getting stuck. Snatch taking him out and up to a 10 frag lead. SAS really turning it on. Now you have Belt actually not up for another 30 seconds. You have Amp up in 8 seconds. And we're getting down to that point. There's only a couple of amps left in this game. So Amp is up right now. This could be a big one. Wolverine doesn't have a ton of health. He may decide to go get some armor, may not want to piston up to it. We actually have Belt spawning in 7 seconds. Oh, and the double kill, and I think that may allow... Is Snatch going to grab the... okay, I was about to say Snatch was kind of maybe going to use it as bait, but instead he grabs that belt. He's going to have access to get to that amp if he wants to. He's going to have Rookie in a corner. Amp does go to Wolverine. He'll have a big chance here to push this lead up. They're still double digits. There's a lot of time left on the board. You see him just looking for target, just poking his head around. Oh, there's an easy shot on Demon coming up that dodge ramp. Rookie does steal that 100 armor, so only a 10 frag lead. Getting that armor under control is massive. 10 seconds till the belt spawns. I think SAS already in position for this belt. Allstars needs to make a play on it. See them coming in, doing damage, taking out one player. They've got Wolverine pushed out on the other side, and the belt. Look at that armor advantage for Allstars. This is exactly what they needed. If they can pair this with an amp run, they could be coming up huge here to try to get back into this game. It's only a 9 frag lead. They just need to start fights right now, and there's a big shot with the flat cannon, but he took a ton of damage from the kamikaze rocket. He goes down. Oh, and he respawns right in front of Wolverine, and just like that, he's down to 40 HP on the run. 20 seconds till Belt and 100, 30 seconds till 20 seconds till 100 and Amp. Snatch is actually there a little bit early. This could be a problem for him. 10 seconds to sit on that perch is a long time. Allstars is going to have plenty of time to put some damage up there. They do take out Wolverine. They throw goo up there. They're throwing combos. Snatch has to abandon ship. Amp's up now. And Rookie has jump boots. He can get up there and grab Amp, and that would be a big opportunity. Look at that damage taken out Snatch. Going after Wolverine. He's actually going to grab that Amp, so Rookie will have Amp Stinger. There's one big kill. Has Sniper in his hands. If he turns around, he gets a shot. Oh, he goes for the shield belt. Had an opportunity to take a shot on Wolverine. Didn't see him there. Demon takes him out, down to a 7 frag lead. This is a critical moment in this match. There's one big shot by Rookie. He needs a couple of more. Still 10 seconds on this Amp. That's an eternity if he can find SAS. Are they hiding? They're not going for the 100 armor. It looks like they're just sitting in the backside of the map, trying to avoid the Amp runner. We'll have maybe one more shot. There it is, though. Gets the kill. That's a killing spree for Rookie, down to a 5 frag lead with less than 2.5 minutes to go. They've got them cornered here. This could be a big fight over this shield belt. There's one kill by Rookie. Another opportunity around the corner. And there's another kill. 2 big flat kills. And a spawn kill, down to a 2 frag game with 2 minutes to go. Allstars storming their way back into this one, trying to stay alive. Just trying to force a map 3 at this point. 2 minutes to go, which is an eternity. You still have 7 seconds till this belt spawns. See Demon pushing forward, getting caught a little bit out of position. Snatch comes from behind and gets the kill. It'll be a 3-frag lead. Belt does go to Allstars. Rookie right now looking for some free damage. He knows Snatch is going to have 100 armor waiting for him. Got a big 1-on-1 fight here. Snatch versus Rookie. Practically a duel at this point. 10 seconds till the amp spawns. And that last amp could be the deciding factor in this game. Who can get it? Who can do the most with the big rockets coming out and the snipe? Nice job by Allstars of singling out the weaker player. Securing that kill. Pulling within 3. And the kill though by Snatch. Huge shot. Takes the 100 armor and the boots. Amp is up. Demon does a ton of damage though. Is he going to go after this amp? No, he's going to have to grab that health. Wolverine with the flank. Up to a 5-frag lead. Time running out on Allstars. They're going to have to make a move here. Snatch is just chilling in that box. You can see him not even wanting to peek out. He's got boots and he's got a little bit of health, but he just wants to hide. He's just taking time off the clock. You can see him just bouncing around. Oh, and Snatch with the bait on a killing spree, and Snatch may have secured a victory right there. Amp in his hands. And with 35 seconds left to go, I think it's going to be Map 2 going to SAS, securing their second point of the matchup. And by my math, that should lock down the #1 seed for the playoffs. So we'll play this one out. Haven't even had a chance to look at the scoreboard because of how back and forth this has been. Allstars with a furious comeback to tie it back up, but in the end, SAS just too much. That fight, that little ring around the rosy, around that amp with the flak by Snatch was huge. 6 double kills by Snatch in a 2v2. Look at that. That's ridiculous. So SAS taking a second point in this matchup. Again, it's not an official one yet, but I believe that locks down #1 seed for the playoffs for SAS. We still have 2 best-of-3 duels coming up between these two. That'll be for points that will determine more with seeding and playoffs and tiebreakers and all that. Remember, Allstars still has another match to play today. So 1 point on the board so far for Allstars, 2 for Saints and Sinners. That'll give SAS 37 to finish the season off. Allstars still can technically take 2 more points from SAS. And then they will have, remember, another full match against Mesa Gaming to close us out today. All right, we actually have Reeve versus Fantasy server up and running. That may be our first duel, so we'll go ahead and jump in there and be ready to go.
Hail to the king, baby.
So it looks like duel #1 will be Reeve versus Fantasy. So SAS securing that #1 seed, but still some points to play for. Bragging rights, intimidation. Remember, these two teams could very easily face each other again in our grand finals next Sunday. We've got the playoffs happening next Saturday, last couple rounds, and the finals on Sunday. So still not over between these two teams. Man, I got to catch my breath after that one. Remember, this is just the first matchup today. We got a long one. We got 2 more matchups after this, including Allstars versus Mesa to close things out. Doubleheader being played by Allstars. In between, got Latam versus Shooksters, with actually a pretty big potential to affect final seeding. So remember, Mesa right now exactly 5 points ahead of Latam. If Latam can pull 5 points out of their match today, they'll tie it up. And you get into tiebreakers, so that'll put a lot of pressure on Mesa to try to pull out a point against All-Stars today in that last game of the day. So kind of an interesting contrast in styles here coming up between Fantasy and Reeve. We saw Fantasy last week really turn on the aggression. And we saw what he can do whenever he decides to plus forward, get in people's faces, and just make it a brawl. Not typically his favored play style, I would say. I'd say he's probably maybe a little more balanced, a little more methodical. But we saw what he can do whenever he knows that that's his advantage against a player. On the other hand, that is Reeve's playbook. He loves to get in your face. He loves to pull out the rockets and the link and, you know, really make it messy, make it chaotic. We've seen him chase people down and get 2 or 3 kills in a row using just link gun. Lots of people like to be fancy, get spawn kills with headshots and combos and such. He can certainly do that, but that is his favorite playstyle, that sort of shorter to mid-range. Be very interesting to see how these two play. Looks like they're going to restart, so I'm going to take this opportunity then to just take a quick water break myself. Fantasy's back in. We expect to see Reeve back in just a couple of minutes. I'm going to grab some water. You need to take a quick bathroom break or whatever. Now is the time. We'll be back in just a couple moments to pick up the duels to finish this match off. All right, we got both players back in the server. And looks like we should be ready to go here any minute now. So we kind of alluded to it before, but always some interesting decisions to be made with who's going to duel for which team. Fantasy here opening things up. Looks like they might still be holding out hope that Reflex can come in and play against Slay in the second duel. That would be possibly the most anticipated duel matchup of the season. But we'll see if that happens. Right now we got Fantasy versus Reeve, which could be, again, a really intriguing matchup, if for no other reason than just the contrast in styles. And again, seeing Fantasy able to play that style recently makes it even more intriguing. This is definitely a map that I think can play towards Fantasy's advantage. One you can definitely keep your opponent at a distance on. We'll see if he's able to do that, or if Reeve is able to get in and kind of assert his will. All right, players are ready. Here we go. Here is your countdown. 3, 2, 1, and it's game time, baby. Connex 5 kicking off the duels for the day. We got Fantasy versus Reeve. Again, it'd be very interesting to see the contrast in playstyles here. Fantasy, I think, wants this type of matchup. He wants that long range, that duel, excuse me, the hit scan duel sniper versus shot kind of thing. Reeve can play that game, but I think his favored type of matchup here would be one where it's close range, medium range, a lot of combos. Ooh, Fantasy with that early snipe. Again, trying to force that type of combat. You do see Fantasy being extra aggressive here, trying to get on top of Reeve early. Give you a quick look at the pings. You can see Fantasy with 108 ping to 24. Of course, big advantage playing in this European hub. When we get into map 2, we should be swapping over to a North American hub. This will be Fantasy's map pick because of that, however. So Fantasy right now in control. You can see him playing very kind of methodically here. It is allowing Reeve to scoop up, ooh, some health vials, but nice combo there. And looking for him to pick up the health bubbles. Another snipe, one more snipe could do it. He pulls out the shock to finish him off, but he's gonna have to hit him twice anyway. And Reeve makes him pay. Great shooting there by Reeve. Shoots his way right back in, pushes Fantasy away, follows him up. Big aggressive play there by Reeve. It's a bit risky, but gets the kill. Can follow it up here with another shot and ties it up just like that. Reeve turns it on, evens the game back out. And we are back to square one. Belt in Reeve's hands now with a little bit of extra health on top of it. We got Rockets versus Flak coming out to play. Fantasy doing a nice job of using the Flak balls defensively. Oh, but the big dive in there by Reeve. Perfect rocket. If he misses that rocket, he might get turned into mist by that Flak instead. Pushes him away with beautiful combo. You saw he placed it over that crate. That was a great shot there lined up by Reeve. When he's definitely taken before, you can see the confidence in it. Just throwing right, threading the needle between that edge and that crate. Perfect timing. Follows it up, gets the kill, and up to a 2-frag lead. Belt spawning now should be his. Fantasy does a little bit of cursory damage, but with the belt respawning, not really going to have much of an effect. Fantasy right now in a situation where he's going to have to find some form of control. Look at the job Fantasy's done, though, of stacking his health back up. Already 145 over 100. So at this point, any armor Reeve picks up isn't really going to do him any good as far as making himself stronger. It's more just denial. Ooh, so it's a smart play by Fantasy to trade armor for health vials. Oh, and a beautiful combo by Reeve. Might have gotten him a kill, but he couldn't finish it off. Another dive into the 100 armor goes Reeve's way. Is that the second or third time we've seen Reeve just dive right at the armor and win that close range fight? Again, that's very much his playstyle. The chase down with the link, again, right up his alley. You can keep him at a distance in this map. You might be able to out-aim him, but whenever he gets close and makes it messy like that, he's just going to be right in his comfort zone. Rockets to link, down by the shield belt. Classic Reeve. Oh, beautiful combo with the prediction. Another opportunity to catch Fantasy off the spawn. Nice escape there by Fantasy, but can't hit the combo. He dives right at him. Dangerous move to go up against Reeve's link gun. I'm not sure what he was hoping for there. Maybe just trying to catch him. I think Fantasy might think that Reeve is more damaged than he is. He's still at 103 over 46. I think maybe Fantasy thought he had done more damage than that. And right now, Reeve is just on a roll. And there is the concession. Fantasy just not able to slow down the rush. Once Reeve got in control, tracked him down and just pushing forward the whole time. Looks like Leah will be a map too. Leah definitely Reeve's map pick. Leah definitely plays into his playstyle a little bit more. But I think we're going to be on the New York City hub, and that can obviously make a big difference. Going up against that link gun, though, that's another big thing about ping advantages. going up against low ping Link with high ping, it's just so hard to get away from. All right, looks like server is up. We're going to jump right on into it. All right, map 2 here will be Leah. Looks like we're going to be getting kicked off quickly. Remember, this will be on the North American hub, but will be Reeves' map pick. All right, players are ready. Here is your countdown. 3, 2, 1. Then it's game time, baby. Connex 5 here with map 2. We just saw Reeve rolling all over Erase. What can Fantasy do to answer on an even closer range, tighter quarters map that, for my money, plays perfectly into Reeve's playstyle? But again, anything can happen. You start from square one. Certainly the King has swapped sides as far as the advantage goes. What can Fantasy put together here? Go on board with Reeve. You see him, he has the high ground. I think Fantasy is going to concede that 100 armor, grab the 50, maybe try to get some vials. Doesn't want to give up that early kill. We saw what happens when Reeve gets control of the map and can just go on the aggressive. 2 quick shots there with the shock rifle. Oh, eats a flak ball though. And just like that, that armor advantage dissipated. Fantasy now in position here with the rockets. He can try to knock him off of the belt. Reeve, though, hits him first with the rocket launcher, and now he's got him behind him. He might be able to beat him up to that 100 armor as well, and that could be a big problem for Fantasy. Actually, pretty nice job by Fant. Able to push through. Oh, he gets the 100 armor, but takes a huge combo. And combos really cracked the last game wide open. I mean, it was back and forth. Reeve's Link, of course, was insane. But a couple of those prediction combos and the spawn kills with it really, like, just broke it open for him. Big combo there as well, as Fantasy did, again, a pretty good job of baiting out the combos, able to get to that 100 armor when he really had no business winning that fight. Nice patient rockets there by Reeve, just catching him in mid-air. And the problem that Fantasy's having here is he's not able to really choose his battles because he's lost control of the map and he's at a deficit. With Reeve both having the lead and control of the armors, he's able to just choose whenever the fights happen. Fantasy trying to land a big flak ball, trying to make something happen. Not a lot of damage coming out, though. He's really going for the home run shot at this point. Trying to hit him with one big shot to take him out. 100 armor is up. Oh, and Fantasy not in position for it. He does do a ton of damage with this stinger, so Reeve up to 40, or down to 40 over 37. Fantasy doesn't get the kill. Oh, and the big rocket to take him out. So Fantasy right now neutralized Reeve's stack, but not before giving up 2 more kills. It's 5-0. And there's still plenty of time left, but if you're Fantasy, mentally, how do you regroup? You feel like he's trying to trade it all just to get 1 kill here. He does get control. Oh, and he smacks him with the rocket. That was a big rocket. He grabbed 100 armor, also hit him with the rocket. That could earn him the shield belt here and possibly a kill. See Reeve on the run. He's trying to get up top. We'll go to Fantasy's perspective. Looking for that kill. He's trying to anticipate. He's going to go for that belt and then maybe try to track him down at that 100. He knows that there's a bit of an offset. Reeve may not even go for that 100 armor. I think he's going to go down for the 50. Fantasy's going to try to ambush him down at the health, and he has the opportunity. Oh, but he guesses wrong. 2 quick shots. Another shot, another shot. One more will do it. Can Fantasy finish him off? He's trying to go for the fadeaway shock, and somehow Reeve gets away with 10 HP, but not a lot of health is up on the map. We do have a link gun in Fantasy's arsenal. Is he going to pull it out and try to track him down? He goes for that 100. A little bit of health. Only 60 HP for Reeve. A couple of shots would do it, or one big one. The slide underneath. Nice combo to take him down to 15 HP. And Reeve is going to be scrambling for a bit. And there it is, the finishing blow. Reeve finally goes down. We're almost halfway through it, but Fantasy has earned himself a little bit of control and finally a point on the board. 3 seconds till both armors spawn, rather. Belt goes to Fantasy. Looks like Reeve's going to get that 100. Fantasy a little bit late. You saw him lining up that sniper, just trying to get some amount of damage off it. You see them both trying to ambush each other. Big anti-combo, 182 damage off the anti-combo. A little bit of luck there. Can Fantasy answer and take advantage? He has the link gun out, trying to chase him down, looking for one shot is all it'll take. Oh, nice use of the lift there by Reeve. Grabs a little bit of armor. Fantasy going to try to ambush him at the health. Down low, he pushes him away from it. Oh, Reeve circles back around for it. It'll be close range Link versus Rockets. Unfortunately for Fantasy, he gave up 2 armor pickups and 2 health pickups before getting that shot off. And now Reeve's going to have Fantasy on the run with 26 HP. One big shot from Reeve could take Fantasy down, and that could completely change the complexion of this match. You can see the cat and mouse game. Fantasy trying to line him up, and he finally does. And it's 5-2, just past the halfway point. Belt is up. Belt goes to Fantasy. He has 10 seconds to get to the 100 armor. And unfortunately for Reeve, the pickups are out of sync. So Fantasy can control one and then use that to control the other. You see he's got the 100 armor to his back. As long as he stays between Reeve and that 100, he knows there's no chance of him picking it up. Close range rockets. Down to 45 HP. There's that link. Reeve answers back with a rocket again and gets the kill. Stands in there with 15 HP. Gutsy play by Reeve. Finishes the kill off, and now he's desperately trying to get back up. One more enforcer shot can kill him. Fantasy knows he's weak. See him with the ambush, just trying to catch him, but the nice rockets Reeve bouncing him around in the ambush. 3-4 rockets in a row by Reeve gets the kill. He was down to 18 HP at one point. But beautiful use of rockets, and this is what I was talking about when I was saying this map plays into Reeve's style. He wants you to chase him around. He wants to hit those prediction combos and those rockets behind him. Fantasy right now, you feel like just has no ability to crack that play style. And the concession there with under 4 minutes to go, Reeve taking both maps. And another point on the board for SAS All-Stars. Still, again, in that second position. We'll take a quick look at those rankings. And, of course, these aren't quite up to date since we're in the middle of a match. But, of course, if you're All-Stars, you would love to put more points on the board. I think they may have locked up second place, though. So I think at this point, they might be basically playing for momentum, playing for practice to get ready for the playoffs. But by my math, I believe Saints and Sinners has locked up first place. And I think All-Stars has locked up second place. If we have any math majors, any calculus teachers in the audience, definitely feel free to double check my math there. All right, so All-Stars versus SAS coming down to one more duel, and this is kind of the big question, right? Who is available? Does All-Stars have to use one of their jokers to fill in for Reflex? I think it was Reflex versus Slay originally scheduled. I'm presuming right now that this is going to start in the London hub. So I'm hanging out on that hub, waiting for players to show up. Yeah, I mean, that last duel, it was an intriguing matchup. I mean, you knew it was just sort of on thin ice the whole time. If Fantasy could keep Reeve away and take it, almost feels like whoever was going to take that first big lead was going to crack it, right? Whoever could get up by 3, 4, 5. Reeve was able to both maps force the flow of combat to his will, and that really made it difficult for Fantasy to kind of slow it back down. It's exactly what Fantasy did last week in his duel, though. I mean, the way I don't know how anyone else is set up. The way my house is set up, it might actually be easier to throw my TV at my computer. So you might consider that. And at that point, if you actually duct tape your laptop to your TV, you can throw both at your computer and save some time there. This is my Life Hacks TED Talk. Thanks. All right, so I do see... Well, I see Demon jumping into the hub, but he has already... Didn't he play in the 4v4 game? He played on Tempest, so he can't be their dueler. Because didn't he also play in the 2v2? So Allstars here. They have a relatively deep roster, but running into a bit of a conundrum trying to figure out who to roll out here as their Joker, as their second dueler. So we've got players in the London hub, players in the New York City hub. Mass hysteria. Yeah, I mean, for people who are following Mesa, you want to talk about a team that's got a big opportunity today. You know, they play the last game of the day. LATAM will play next. Remember, we've got LATAM versus Shooksters coming up after this duel. A lot of capability for both of them to kind of shift up and down the rankings. But if LATAM pulls off 5 points, they'll be tied with Mesa. And then Mesa, that match against Allstars to close out our day today, becomes much more intriguing. I honestly don't know what the tiebreaker situation is, but if Mesa can put 1 or 2 points on the board against Allstars, obviously that would be huge for locking down that 4th place spot. And I mean, potentially overtaking SOW. Because SOW, remember, they did put some points on the board earlier today, put them in the 3rd place with 26 points. Mesa Gaming only 4 points behind them. Okay, looks like they're going to have to Joker here. All right, looks like we're going to London, and it looks like it will be Demon picking up the baton. So Slave versus Demon. This will be our final duel. So since the rankings have been set, those of you who have been paying close attention might have noticed that Demon has already played in 2 game types. Technically shouldn't be allowed in this duel, but since both of these teams already have their playoff seeding set, this is essentially an exhibition game or a practice game. So SAS has gone ahead and allowed it. Said that for the sake of giving you guys a show, they're going to go ahead and play this with Demon. So here we go, Demon versus Slay. If you want to see Slay versus Reflex, you're just going to have to join us next weekend for the playoffs. Anyway, here is your countdown. 3, 2, 1. Man, it's game time, baby. Connex 5. Closing things out for SAS versus All-Stars. We've got Demon jokering in, playing against Slay. Nice combo right off the bat. Slay right now really just starting off aggressive now. Both these teams do have, I believe, their final seedings locked up. SAS securing that #1 seed for the playoffs with that last victory. All-Stars should be in position for second. Oh, and Slay. No punches pulled in what is essentially an exhibition game here. Demon circling around, you see him grabbing that 50 armor, gives him a little bit of an actual advantage, right? 115 over 50. Not for long, though, and Slay, of course, right on top of that belt. Nice ambush, though, by Demon. Couple of combos coming out. Both players extremely weak. One snipe will kill either one. And the 100 armor grab by Demon. So, oh, but answering right back. Looking for the mid-air rocket. Instead, goes for the mid-air sniper. Slay. These two were actually just trading blows there. Demon actually did a pretty good job of fighting him off, grabbing that 100 armor, flipping the armor advantage back and forth, but credit to Slay for hitting the big shot to finish off the kill. Looked for that mid-air rocket. That would have been nice. Instead, you know, settles for a little of the old point and click. But whatever works. Up 5-0 early on in this one. See the belt going relatively unopposed to Slay. Unfortunately for Demon, there's still 10 seconds in between belt and 100 armor, so not going to be a lot of opportunity for him to get in there. Even the 50 getting scooped up by Slay, just completely owning the map at this point. But a heads up play there by Demon, so Demon knew he was weak. All of the armor in the world, unless you've got shield belt, all of the armor in the world doesn't do you any good if you don't have the health to actually back it up. So smart play there by Demon, ambushing him at the health with the link gun, takes him out. Only had to do like 20 or 30 damage. Ooh, nice mid-air combo by Slay, looking for the pistol follow-up, gets the kill. And of course, circles right around to that health to look strong again for whatever Demon tries to throw at him. Oh, the falling shock primary, and of course the link gun by Slay just melts him. We've seen a lot of players that like going for the home run shots, big rockets, flak, stuff like that down by that shield belt, but I feel like the link gun has really been the deadliest weapon of choice today in a lot of those fights. I mean, both players might be playing 1.5 times as fast as they usually do, just because, again, kind of a show match. You saw the midair, the rocket pop up right there. Maybe was looking for the midair shot, couldn't get it. Slay, though, still well in control. Approaching the halfway point, another belt goes his way. We'll take a quick look at the scoreboard. That'll be 4-0 shield belts and 6-100 armors. Honestly, Demon's probably done pretty well just to keep it as close as he has, given the map control and how one-sided that's been. You can see only about 100 damage differential, so Demon's been shooting his way back in pretty well, but of course still a pretty big lead here for Slay. Slay, you saw him being sneaky there. Doing the old Call of Duty wall run technique. Just hugging that wall, trying to get down to that health. Ooh, Demon drops right down in front of him. Demon actually has a nice health stack. That'll get him the kill and the belt. So with just about half of the map left to go, Demon's got a bit of an opportunity here. Catches him going, big combo, doesn't get the kill, but he can follow it up. Interesting switching to the sniper there. Probably would have switched to a finisher weapon if he could get in his face like that. Instead, he's going to be on the run, dodging combos, looking to get in his face. A little bit of damage with the Link. Of course, we are playing on a European hub. Relatively high ping. I mean, you're talking 80. Not the end of the world, but Link gun with high ping, not as easy as it would be with something like 20 or 30. Ooh, nice shots trading back and forth with those snipes. Down to a 5 frag lead. Demon going to be chasing him down, looking for the headshot. Didn't get it, but did get the, well, the shoulder shot for 65 damage. Looking to chase him down. Nice rocket. Great patience there. Waited exactly until he dropped down. May have heard him. I'm not sure if he was listening for footsteps or what. Big combo by Demon now, pulls within 3. He's got the respawn right in front of him, and Slay actually steals the 100 armor from him. Trying to do damage with that pistol, but the pistol not landing. So Slay right now not getting much out. He was able to steal that armor and get away, but still not a lot of weapons at his disposal. He's probably going for that sniper rifle. Demon's going to scoop up the 50 armor and maybe try to ambush him. A little bit of damage from that combo. Nice primaries to follow it up, and a killing spree for Demon now. And he's got the respawn right in front of him, trying to put him away and pull within 1. But good movement by Slay. Can't stay alive, though. And Demon, with the kill and the 100 armor, looking to tie it up. Ooh, traded shots from across the map. Neither one of those were easy shots. Those were both great shots. Going back and forth. But Demon there waiting for the belt. It almost, I don't know if he lost timing of it or what the deal was. Maybe he just decided to scoop up a couple vials, but Slay, you can see, being very patient across the map, not wanting to expose himself for any easy damage at this point. Long distance gameplay here. You can see basically just going old school, sort of old school like warfare style, lining up across the map, shooting their muskets at each other with very low accuracy. Nobody hitting anything. Both players have actually gained health and armor while they've been having this long range sniper duel. With a minute left, neither player wanted to give up that next kill. Of course, Slay still in the lead, has a little bit of an advantage in that he can be a little more passive. Baits him into the rockets just like that. Demon down to 57. Oh, no damage off the lift. He had him lined up perfectly there, just couldn't quite hit him. Has a nice combo, it only gets 90 damage. Oh, and Slay grabbed the 100 after he took that damage, so it completely negated it. That was a pretty nice opportunity there by Demon. Had him lined up perfectly, just slightly off, a millisecond off with his timing. Otherwise, could have comboed it. Who knows where he blasts him off the 100, gets a kill. Anything could happen there. Instead, Slay chasing him down, and Demon kills himself on him. That'll be a 2-frag lead. Try to chase him down to pull within 1. He has the stinger on him. This could be another kill. And anything can happen, as we've seen on a race earlier today. When you get 1 kill on a race, It could turn into 2 very quickly. And here is the 50-50. Demon just trying to guess where Slay's going to go. Oh, he has him right underneath him. 1 rocket could give him an opportunity, but I think he's going to run out of time. There's the finisher kill with 4 HP. Slay wins map 1 in the last duel between these two teams. We actually have a couple places in town here where you can get kvass. We have a couple, I guess, Eastern European. I don't know. You know, one of them is Russian. One of them is just called Russian House, and then another one that's, you know, similar cuisine. Personally, a big fan of the cabbage rolls, the galupsi.
Hail to the king, baby.
Yeah, kvass is interesting. It's kind of like, I don't know, it's almost like a cola that's slightly beer flavored. I can't drink a whole glass of it myself, but I like to sip on it a little bit. All right, map 2 coming up. Gonna be Leah. We are live. 3, 2, 1. And it's game time, baby. Connex 5 here with the last duel between these two. SAS versus Allstars. SAS has locked up #1 seed in the playoffs. Allstars has secured #2 seed. We're gonna go ahead and play this one out. We did see Slay running, actually not running away, really waiting until the last few moments to secure the win on in map 1, but did take it fairly confidently in the end there. Quick first kill here, 100 armor going his way. He could close it out with this map, or he could force a tiebreaker if Demon is allowed any opening here. And Demon basically just shot his way in map 2. I mean, I think it was, what, 8-1 at one point? Then got, what, 5-6 kills in a row? So if Demon can get Slay on the run, we can see anything happen, but right now, Slay firmly in control. Ooh, but down to 18 HP, almost went down, but able to survive that link just long enough to steal that belt, head over to that 100 armor, and take control of that as well. And this is not where you want to be against Slay. Oh, big combo, but he damaged himself in the process. Oh, I thought Slay was going to take fall damage there. Down to 16 HP. One pistol kill will kill. Excuse me, one pistol hit would have gotten the kill. Instead, he links him down. Probably the smart move. Demon pulling back within 1 and can maybe challenge this shield belt. The combo's coming down through the floor, trying to catch him with a clever angle there. He actually does a ton of damage, but not until after Slay was able to grab it. So you see the combos just flying around the map. Each player trying to catch. There's another 90 damage and another one. Demon just blasting damage right down range with that shock rifle. Just basically created a gauntlet of shock balls and shock primaries. Hit them all, and just like that, tie games. Slay walked right into it and went down. Ooh, and there's Demon with the rocket kill, going up by 1 now. Remember, we can try to force a map 3 if we can take Leah. Slay, though, still plenty of time to work with, trying to break him down with that stinger. Nice combos there to put him on the run. Ooh, there's some link-to-link battle. We see that so often on Leah. Demon getting the best of it this time. So Demon earning himself a 2-frag lead and a decent amount of health and armor to work with. If he can catch Slay going up this lift. Ooh, had a big combo opportunity instead. Eats some flak. Both players taking significant damage. We've got 5 seconds till the belt spawns. Is Slay going to stand in there? It looks like he is. Oh, that combo didn't do any damage, but Slay backs away. Trying to smack him with the flak ball. He does just that. How many times on Leah have we seen all of this positioning and posturing, sniper and shot going back and forth, and then at the end of the day, one big flak, one big rocket makes the difference, cracking through the enemy's defenses. Big flak ball there, sent Demon packing. Slay, though, trying to get stacked up on the opposite side of the map. He does have a good amount of health vials. Oh, but a massive combo there. And there's the killing spree. Demon right now on a roll. Oh, you see the patience there by Demon lining up another long-range combo. And if Slay's not careful here, he might end up getting stuck on a map 3. Again, more or less a show match here. Neither of these teams can move up or down in rankings at this point. Last duel of the season, or really last match of the season for either of these two teams until the playoffs next week. And predictive link gun. You don't see that a whole lot, but you saw it from Demon there, trying to catch him. Just chasing Slay around. Slay maybe now, ooh, working on his comeback methods. You see the rocket planted squarely into his face. We saw Demon smack him down with the rocket earlier. Prediction rockets can be so critical on this map. Oh, Demon standing still. I don't know if he was typing something. Slay, though. No remorse. Slay pulling back with N1 with the AFK kill. Hey, man, it's UTPL. If you got things to say, say them before or after the game. Nobody wants to hear about your recipes in the middle of a duel. You will get shot. I know. I've seen it happen. Oh, the slow roll by Slay. You saw him just taking his time. Looked like he was just kind of moonwalking. Very slowly lining up that shot. Very methodical. Nice rocket. Has him pinned into a corner. Looking to finish him off. I don't think one sniper is going to do it unless it's a headshot, so he may need to chase him down with something else. Looking for one more, and there it is. Down to 10 HP. Anything will kill him. Oh, he has them in the ambush, pulling out the rocket launcher. Gets the kill. Kind of surprised there was no link on there, but anyway, Slay able to tie it up. And there's the follower. Gets him with the rockets and the link in midair. That's so brutal. That's not a combination you see a lot, but when you bounce someone up in midair, tracking them is so easy with that link. You can just melt the damage down with them. So a lead to Slay with 2 minutes to go. We can try to put this one away again. Could be the last map of the regular season for both these two teams. We still have 2 full matches coming up after this one, though. And a lot of points on the board and a lot of movement up and down the rankings possible. First and second place have been locked down. We do know first first seed in the playoffs and I believe a bye will go to SAS, and number 2 and I believe the second bye will go to Allstars. Slay now. I think Slay maybe realized that he was going to have to play a tiebreaker if he didn't turn this around. Decided to go beast mode, go back on a spree of his own, and finish it off strong. With a minute to go, I think this is going to be Slay's game now, with 8 straight kills. And there you go. There's the concession. Slay taking it in 2 maps. Final map of the regular season for All-Stars and SAS. Nice job giving us a good kind of exhibition. And you see, happy birthday. Of course, happy birthday to Slay. I believe it was his birthday. Was it yesterday? He's certainly celebrating it this weekend. So everybody be sure to PM him all of your lewd photos. But ask for consent first, as always. All right, we'll take a look at the scoreboard here. Again, not quite up to date, but still, this is going to be your final ranking. Saints and Sinners will finish the regular season number 1. All-Stars will finish number 2. They do still have another match versus Mesa, though, looming at the end of the day. Right now, though, we have LATAM versus Shooksters. You can see lots of points that can make a difference here. If Shooksters takes 5, they could jump back for that number 7 spot. If LATAM takes 5, they could tie Mesa Gaming for that number 4 spot with